Do you trust your crypto assets to centralized exchanges that actively sell your private information and front run your trades? Would you like to buy and sell your assets without any middlemen, intermediaries, or robots? Do you like paying slippage, fees, and having the price go up as bots steal from you on low liquidity decentralized exchanges? The solution is nodemarket.io. Set your guaranteed buy or sell price. No middlemen, no slippage, no bots ever. Buy or sell 1, 10, or even 10 million tokens, and you never have to worry. OTC trades are between you and the seller or buyer, guaranteed by audited smart contracts and no human middlemen. Nodemarket.io.
USDC. Brandon.
Busy. Yeah, it's USDC. You can see that though. In this, here's a good lead in though, because I feel like I got in trouble because of some of the things we said last stream, and I agree. We need to take more time in explaining the simple things in crypto, maybe for a couple people, because I think they're harder to follow. So you can easily see that it's USDC because you can go in and you can see like the USDC symbol, and you can go through even on the exchange. Like you can go through and see what things are listed, and most of it's USDC, but you can list in ETH and stuff. Anyway, so we did some. Oh, you guys can see this. So we did some testing. We got the Royce token up and rocking and rolling. It looks like a bunch of people have listed a bunch. That's cool. So you can see that if you guys want to participate in that, but maybe we can talk about that a little bit later. Who knows?
Oh, so my question, Brandon, do you think on these pages, should we have a little explanation of what the asset is? Like if you hovered over.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, relevant pairs. Oh, so anybody can list in any of those. That's cool. So maybe we could do like, especially on the Royce token where we don't know what it is, we could explain what it is or something, you know?
I mean, I think on any of them, I mean, even Bitcoin, I think if you just roll over the asset, maybe there's just a little info box that would pop up or something that would
like
just
right
say,
here or something.
Yeah.
They could do like the Royce token is. Okay, so
Yeah.
somebody would have to do write-ups of all those. I'll do that. That's easy, you know? We can make that happen.
That would take about 13 seconds with GPT-4o. Just saying.
Oh, there you go. Send it my way, Nick. So here we go. What we got is I sent out the hyper rings this morning, a whole bunch of them. So if you guys minted your NFTs, the foreign ones, holy crap, that's a pain because you have to fill out customs forms and everything, guys.
Oh man.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That's a fun one. So if you are in another country, I have this form ready. So fill out all the information if you're in a foreign country because I need a little bit more information. And I have all that from everybody so far that has gotten a ring. So if you guys mint one of these, go ahead and fill out the claim ring. A couple of people are filling out the claim form and they're not minting, which is cool, but waste of everybody's time.
Yep, you ain't getting no ring.
But that's fun. I mean, you can fill it out if you want, if you're bored, but I do double check all these. So I make sure that you made the purchase.
There ain't gonna be no ring on that finger.
That's right. So we have a couple people. Anyway, really cool. And we don't have the white ones. So you guys keep requesting white ones, but we don't have any white ones. We just have black ones.
You can paint it white. You can spray paint it.
You definitely could. And that would be fun as well. So here we go. And then what do we got here? There's the digital investor dashboard. So yesterday I spent a lot of time. We added a bunch of cool new tools for the investor dashboard. And I know we're in front of the wall, but a sneak peek, right?
Ooh.
You guys can see like all the stuff that we're adding. So I have a bunch more ideas that I'm going to add some more tools because these are the tools that we kind of use all the time. And I wanted you guys to have a good reference for a link. Now, if I were to click on this, it would go to the Phantom Wallet link. But still, I'm going to advise you, always check the link. You never know if our website's going to get hacked and there's going to be a fake link there. So I just wanted you guys to be very aware of always checking the hyperlink up here. Make sure it matches what you think it should. Google it yourself. But these are nice references. I put screenshots there that I photoshopped and stuff so you guys can see kind of what it should look like-ish when you go to the web page and some other things. And so what I'm going to end up doing is in these sections too, I've done videos on a lot of this stuff too. So I'll put like a video link so you'll see how to use the actual tool in those things as well, just right here. So I'll make it nice and neat. And anyway, we'll add all that functionality there. So it'll be kind of cool stuff. Anyway. Okay, so this is a good question. This is, and here I am being patient and all. Would you like me to fill it out as well, or is my email enough? So if you send an email with your address, that was before we got the form up, but I do have it already, I think. So now I would just like you to use the form if possible, because it makes it so it's more formatted for me. So I can just take it and then I take it to my shipping people and then we put the stuff in there and then we fill out all the paperwork. So but yeah, if it's done, it's done. This is just going forward. So we put like a little note on there a couple days ago I took that off because apparently that was confusing. June 3rd, but like that was just because that's when I wanted you to start filling out the form. Anyway, so we got that cleared up anyway. So yeah, just going forward, fill out the form if possible, and we'll make that wreck and roll.
Okay, first of all, Brandon, how many shares of Bitcoin do you have?
0.
How many shares of AGIX do you have?
0.
How many shares of any crypto do you have?
Are we doing semantics? 0.
There's no such thing as shares in crypto. It's tokens, and those tokens are divisible down to whatever the decimal place that they put into the original kind of contract. So remember, equity and all that kind of stuff, shares. Crypto is tokens, and those tokens are decimalized. So little bitty bits. Okay, so now that we got that knocked, we've kind of covered this ad nauseum, but if you can't get a better ratio of transit from selling the token compared to fetch, which will be ASI, if you can't get something better than about 0.44, don't do anything. You're not going to lose anything when it's converted. There's a conversion rate. So unless you can beat the conversion rate, you can't beat the conversion rate unless you can beat it. So if you can beat the conversion rate of 0.4332, then it makes more sense to sell it and buy the other one. If you also factor in fees on the actual sale, which could be up to 1% or 0.5%, depending on what exchange you're on. So what we advise and have been advising and will continue to advise, unless something changes, is don't do anything. Do nothing.
Brenda knows it's not shares. She knows it's not shares. She was messing with you.
Anything to add to the don't do anything thing?
Oh, yeah. What I mean, it's easier to not do stuff sometimes, but we did kind of go through. If you go to your node manager and stuff, you could, I mean, theoretically, you could make hypershares, and apparently it doesn't stop tilling. So, and I said this in the video that it does stop tilling when you create a hypershare. So if you do want to lock up your C hypercycle stack and create a hypershare, you can do that and it doesn't stop tilling or anything. So then I asked Hypercycle, I said, well, why would they make a hypershare then? And he's like, well, they don't, I mean, there's no reason to really yet, because right now it's tilling over at HyperPG. And so I'm like, well, when are you going to cut that off? And he says, I don't understand that question. And I said, good. Well, then I don't know how to ask it any more clearly. So
yeah, like when
I don't know, man. Guys, I am frustrated beyond reason with the education coming out of the Hypercycle's end. And so I'm just trying to relay information as quickly as possible. And so when I asked when it's going to stop tilling for free, basically with so few of words as that, and he says he doesn't understand the question, then I guess I don't understand Hypercycle. So I think that I'm just...
No, you do. I think maybe he just doesn't want to grapple with that question.
It's not hard. It's a simple answer. We're going to stop this date. So you need to have C Hypercycle added to your own hypershares by this date. You know, whatever. Or just say, you know, we don't know yet. That's a good answer too. We don't know yet, but it'll be sometime. So for him to not conceive my question is very frustrating to me. Either I'm missing a boat somewhere, whatever. That's fine. But what I'm saying is it's easier not to do anything right now because your licenses are tilling for free.
Yeah. You
But
don't
if
need
you
to
want
do
to,
anything. Yeah.
if you want to go through the process, it's kind of cool. Also, we ran into a small issue, but we're fixing it. So the hypershare, we're working on a way. So right now you can transfer ownership. You can cancel your hypershare. You can add your software string to set it up to like your own hyper box or whatever you want to do, or your own software if you've downloaded, installed the software or whatever. You
What
can
would
create your
cancel
own string.
hypershare mean?
So
Like
basically, that's the reverse. Yeah. So that's divorce,
divorce?
if that's what we're talking. So basically,
Yeah.
that would reverse out the hypershare. So basically, you would get your license and your C hypercycle stack back, and then you could go ahead and cancel your C hypercycle stack, another step, and get your tokens back. So if you wanted to do that,
We should
Um,
have something that should be another thing where if you kind of hover over it, it should be an explanation, because that one's kind of like, wait, do I cancel it while I'm making it if I just decided I don't want to do it? Or
yeah, that's a good idea.
yeah, just
The
something
more
that makes
notes
that
that we
clear.
can
Yeah.
add, the better. I think that's really good, and I agree with this. Hold on, let me. That's something I'm gonna do here. So here's what we're gonna do. When you cancel your hypershare, so what we're working on is you can do those two things, but right now you cannot. The way hypercycles set up their contracts, this hypercycle license or this, where's the hypershare ID? Oh, here's the share ID. So this thing, any place outside of Node Market, and I got yelled at for this too, but whatever. But this is true. Anywhere outside Node Market, this share ID is all that exists. Like you could go to OpenSea and you won't see this hypershare. All you'll see is this like little share ID, and it won't look like pretty. You won't have like all this jazz and all this, and it just looks funny because all the hypershare is a line of code on their little I'm going to say tables somewhere, but there's a lot more complex wording for it. And so right now, they never set up a way for you to sell this whole hypershare as a business. So what we're doing at Node Market, and then I think what Hypercycle is then going to using is we're working a way to wrap this whole thing up in a bundle that's nice and neat. And you can then list this whole hypershare over here on Node Market. So that's what we're working on right now. I know you guys think we're probably lazy and we don't work on anything, but we're working on that right now.
You know what?
Anyway.
You know what, Brandon? Maybe we all just come up with instead of cancel hypershare, maybe there's a better way to word it where it just sounds more intuitive, like unmerge or unmarry or something like that. Like there's a term that sounds better than cancel, because you know what I mean? Cancel sounds like a step.
Ooh. Step. So
like when you're when you're creating your hypershare, what's the I don't want to say destroy because that sounds bad, but separate, reduce, something like that. I'm sure there's a cool word that would sound better than that's more intuitive than cancel.
Undo
or unmerge. Maybe unmerge.
No, merging has synonymous terms.
Yeah, merge is another term.
So undo hypershare would probably be the best, right?
Undo, but that still sounds like you're going through the process and you went, oh crap, let me undo that.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Well, right, but when it's right there, it looks like it's part of the steps right there. Like that's a step. Like, oh, if you click the wrong button, just click cancel hypershare.
Oh, maybe we should make this button red or something.
Well, right, but I mean, I think unwind hypershare, but also probably change the color too. It's that something like that's not. It's just not intuitive.
It does pop up and it explains it, but yeah, okay. So unwind,
maybe unwind or something like that. Cancel sounds like a step.
It is a step. So basically,
but you see what I'm saying? Like when you get 3/4 of the way through a process, there's usually a cancel button. Yeah.
You're not going to transfer your ownership as a step, right?
Yeah, I understand that, but that's not intuitive. Those are big buttons. Those are like big things.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. So we can make them smaller. Maybe we should put set message up here.
I think you've had a tough couple days and you're very aggressive right now and you're being a little flippant, and that's okay. I think that maybe cancel is not the right word, because what cancel sounds like is, you know how you might go through a process where there's like 4 or 5 steps. And sometimes you get to step 3 and you'll be like, ah, crap. I don't know if I have everything I need. You just say cancel. Let me just go back to square one. That's what that sounds like. That sounds like I'm getting part of the way through this and I just want to cancel it. But the way this is you can't cancel it until you've done it, until you've completed it.
I guess maybe like on like all the NFT places, if you want to if you have something listed, right?
Yeah.
And you want to get
Like
rid
a
of your
cancel
listing,
listing. Yeah.
cancel listing, right? It's not part of the process. It's just the next step.
Right. But you're not canceling the hypershare into zero. It doesn't just disappear.
Well, you're undoing it, right? So let's do it. Undo or unwind is what you're saying, right?
I think unwind just sounds more like, oh, okay, I'm spinning up this thing. Okay, no, unwind it. Anyway, we can workshop that. Cancel just sounds weird. Cancel sounds like you go away. Cancel culture. We don't want to be in the cancel culture. They on the Hypercycle meeting this morning, they had they were saying, hey, listen, using the DApp, 47 people have made hypershares. And they're like, and then Tufi said, are those master nodes? They're like, well, we don't know. We don't have the data for that. Or we can't figure it out exactly. So they're still grappling with that, but they were like, this is a great success. I kept my mouth shut. I didn't say, why are people doing that? Like, what would be the point?
Well, I mean, if we told everybody to do it, then we'd have hundreds of people doing it, but I just don't see a point for it yet, but maybe there is. So you can have a hypershare in your wallet. It does lock up the tokens. So there's that.
Ooh, revert. That's actually, what about revert? Revert or unwind? Those are both good.
Revert hypershare.
Howard made a good point. Howard, 1 point for Howard.
Ooh, L11 likes revert. Let's all vote. Revert?
I like
revert too.
I like revert. I like revert.
Let's change it to revert.
I hate to admit that Howard's done something productive for us.
Revert hypershare.
I have to give him a t-shirt or something.
Perfect.
Revert. Yay.
I like that too.
Yeah. Okay. So one last time for everyone. Brandon, is there any point right now this second for anyone marrying, merging, like doing any of this really right now, other than just because they think it's cool?
I honestly don't, I'm really trying to grapple with this and I don't know, man. Can you, you're in the meetings and I don't understand Hypercycle anymore. So maybe you know a little bit better. What do you think? I
don't think people should be
real.
marrying tokens right now when compute hasn't launched. I just don't think there's any reason to do it.
If I don't see a benefit other than if you think gas prices are going to go exponentially higher in the term when.
Oh, that's a good question. What is a typical price for someone to marry tokens to do all this, to go through the process?
Any size. So it doesn't matter the size. You'll do, I think 4 steps is what I walked through in the video, right? So each step is about, the first one is $6. And then I think I'm going to guess about $40.
Okay.
If gas is at 8 gwei, 7 gwei.
So
now it would be exponentially higher. So if we were to walk through it right now, let's just say we wanted to create a stack. So we'd have to create a level 2. Oh, I don't have enough tokens. Never mind. I was going to say, let's see if it pops up. But yeah, I mean, I think about $40 right now. So
that's not bad.
No, it's really not when gwei's 8. So now it would be $120.
Because when we were first looking at this, do you remember back in the day, it was going to be like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah. Oh, I can't even share anything that I'm working on besides that, but yeah.
Why not?
Because I think it's top secret.
What's top secret?
But we've successfully done some things.
Oh,
that will make this even cheaper.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
It'll end up costing probably $8 if we succeed in all this.
And that's snap.
That's even if gas is high. So anyway, what's the estimated time frame for compute?
They're testing right now. Dan said that they were doing these transactions right now where they're doing tilling as a service so that they can test out the payment rail back and forth using the Hypercycle token to wrap like a little sales contract, push it over to someone that has hardware or even a Hyper AI box, and then push it back to the original token holder as like just testing the wrapper back and forth, which is going to be moving data. And so it'll take data one way and it'll take a fee back the other way.
Ooh,
Which,
nice.
yeah, with the native token. So they're testing that. They want to make sure that that payment flow is clean and elegant. And yeah, so they were talking about it even on the call today. They didn't give a specific date, but they said that they're testing that tilling as a service as a way to prove the validity of their math as far as wrapping a transaction, sending it, grabbing a fee, and bringing it back. So I'd say pretty close.
So for this, Ken, I don't think you need to send the hypershare anyway. So you wouldn't use like the transfer ownership. What you would use in this situation is I think you would set the message. So what you're going to do is you'll come in here and you'll put the software string from your AI box in here and connect it to your license.
You know, we should, Brandon, we should probably do a video walkthrough of just this page. Like,
Ooh.
you know what I mean?
After
Where we say,
yeah. I don't know. I haven't done this yet because I don't understand hypercycles. So, nor the problem is like, I don't want to do it either because why would I though? Like, but I guess I could theorize.
theorize.
Right now,
Yeah.
theorize. These are tilling for free. So why would I even like that's
Well,
what I'm grappling with is they haven't given us the motivation. For example, even Ken, why set it up with your AI box?
yeah, you don't need to do anything yet. I think that what people should do is just be prepared, meaning have your tokens, have your licenses, and whatever hardware you might use. That's really all you need to do right now. You don't need to do anything else. And I don't think you should do anything else. I think we should be, really, we should be focused on these markets. Hypercycle is going to build at their pace, and they've got a lot of people, and they're doing a lot of building. Just let them build. Hypercycle is not, I would imagine it's not anybody here's total everything. So I think we need to kind of focus on the greater markets and the macro a little bit. Hypercycle is going to be cool. It's going to be a business proposition for a lot of people, rather than just a number go up token type thing, where in the Hypercycle ecosystem, it's very likely that the token is going to be the least interesting thing. That the most interesting thing will be your little data center that you're running that's generating income and how to make that be the most efficient. There's going to be a lot more that goes into that. But there are, all those other tokens that we have in our portfolios that we
also, the other thing, just right out the gate here, I don't know that there's going to be a reason right yet to mess with your RNS tokens. So I would never send those off.
Keep them. It's just getting them back. It's not going to be so easy either. That's just going to be, it's all going to be quagmonic.
Well, that's the other thing is they just turn into dust. I could make an infinite amount if I wanted.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't, but you can. And they'll cross all these lines. There's a lot of questions that don't come up until you build something. And then all these other questions come up and you're like, okay, we didn't or couldn't foresee that. Now it's just a lot of stuff in your design consideration you can't see.
This is cool because we're at the beginning stages. And so I might get frustrated now and again, but I also need to take a step back and think we're at the beginning stages, right? So how many times do you iterate on the will? We had a triangle first, right? So, or did we have a will first? I don't know. We probably went straight to will, didn't we?
What are you talking about back in the day, like of early
humanity?
When
we invented the will, probably went straight to will. I just kidding. Oh my gosh. Anyway, pretty cool. Shall we get behind the wall and talk about what's happening?
Man, the corn. We got to talk about the corn.
We got to talk about the corn.
Big day in inflows yesterday. Okay, we got to talk about this corn. By the way, real quick, before we transition to talk about the corn, did you hear that between 70, so about a, I don't know, I think $1 billion in shorts got whacked. Up $1 billion. And there's another 800 million that get whacked if Bitcoin gets to 72K.
Oh geez, yeah.
And that them getting beat up and short covering would probably get 74 to 75K. because
What?
dummy's gonna dummy. These
Dude, I
Ugh.
think. Well, we could talk about this behind the wall, but I see Bitcoin. Anyway, go ahead.
the
Whatever.
corn.
Sorry.
Okay, let's get behind the wall. Let's get behind this damn wall. Oh, but anyway, real quick, just on this, while we're on the exchange, the Royce, just so you guys know, and we'll put some explanations up, but what the Royce is, that's the Rolls-Royce token. That is the tokenized Rolls-Royce Nightingale. It's a digital private client product where we tokenize a Rolls-Royce, a very expensive one, like a $3.7 million car. And then when a third party decides to obtain it, there will be a pretty fat spread there, and that would be divided among the token holders at that point. So that's what that is. It's a tokenized asset. It's an RWA for any of you that think that that's some new term. Woohoo! Anyway, it's
Yay.
cool because it's probably the most secret project Rolls-Royce has ever done.
Somebody
and
somebody
yeah.
bought one 4 seconds ago.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So on the secondary market, so what these are, we had to, anyway, it doesn't matter. Point is, it gets you, you get a piece of that car when it sells. So there you go.
Word.
Don't RWA me, Howard. Don't you RWA me, buddy. Okay. Anyway, let's get behind the wall where the fun is, because that's where the fun is. You guys,
Yeah.
Brandon, isn't that where the fun is?
I think most of the fun's there.
So much fun.
Not fund, but fun.
Yeah, fun, not fun. Ain't nothing fun about it.
We're going behind the proverbial wall now to continue the broadcast privately for the digital investors and digital private clients. If you'd like to join us, simply go to nickblacknext.com and subscribe to one of our plans and immediately take advantage of our library of tools, tactics, and information. It's all designed to help you learn, grow, and manage your portfolio like a pro. Join us now.
Hey, do I need to keep the orange one, or we're okay now? I can't hear you. You have to whisper.
Oh, we should be good. Hopefully, we worked on that forever.
Why don't I keep the orange just to
No.
be safe?
No,
No.
no, take it away. Like I haven't given it. No, nobody. Yeah, no reason.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
Screw
good.
you, orange. I don't even
Right.
like your. I don't even like your color.
Oh, come on. Orange is my favorite color.